Operator precedence table. Today we are going to make, and this is the grammar. This is the given grammar, and this is bottom up parser type. So how we are going to make the operator precedence table? Let's see it. Before that, the important thing is that for any calculation, first requirement is operand and then operator first. What is required? Operand, then operator comes. So we can say operand is having higher precedence than operator. So let's make a table. How many things do we have here? We have terminals like plus, multiplication, id, and dollar. So this is the grammar, and this is we need to make. This is string we need to make with this grammar. So terminals, what we have? Operator what we have? Plus, multiplication, and id is also a terminal, and dollar symbol when we reach to the string completely. So we'll make a table like this: id plus multiplication and dollar symbol. In the similar way we will write here like also id plus multiplication and dollar. Like this we make a table. Now we'll see id, no, this is the terminal, so no precedence, but id and plus, this always having higher precedence than this, and this is also having higher precedence than this is also having higher precedence than this. Now we'll see here plus is having less precedence than id, but here plus both are same, but it is on the right hand side, or we can say left to right. How? I'll show you. This is the tree of the grammar. First we make the tree of the grammar. E tends to E plus T, then for according to that string we will make the tree. E tends to E plus T, then here what we take? T, and first symbol what we have plus, another plus symbol we have, sorry, this is not plus, this is multiplication. So according to that we are taking symbols id plus multiplication and dollar. According to this string we are taking the symbols id plus multiplication and dollar. So first we are making tree for this string. E tends to E plus T. Now what is required? Multiplication is required. So further for T tends to F, T tends to T star F, and E tends to T, and T tends to F, and F tends to id. So id plus T tends to again F tends to id, then F tends to id. So in that way we will get id plus id star id. So here we can say simply id is greater than plus because it is coming before that and before multiplication, so id is greater than before dollar symbol. Dollar means when we reach to the string, so it is having higher precedence. And plus is having less precedence as id because plus came later, id came first, less precedence. And plus here both are same operator but left to right, e tends to e plus t, left to right we are working on it, so that's why it is greater, that's why this is greater. And plus is having always less precedence than multiplication, so less than. And dollar is having always less precedence than other operator, so plus is greater than dollar symbol. And multiplication id, because id is coming before, so it is greater than, multiplication is greater than id because this is a operator, so it is having higher precedence. Then multiplication is always having more precedence than plus, so it is greater than, it is less than id because id is coming before. Here it is less than, here also it is less than, but now we compare, so multiplication is having higher precedence than plus, so it is greater than. Hey, see here both are equal, but again we are going left to right, so it is greater. And this is always having less precedence from other operator, so here it is greater. Here because it is coming first, so it is less than id. Here it is always less than other operators, so less than. So in this way we can make the precedence parser table. With the help of grammar we make the tree, and whatever string we are going to write, according to that we are making tree with the help of grammar. After that we will do the comparison. Here id is same, so no comparison, but id is always coming first from all the operator by seeing the tree, so it will always having greater precedence. And here that's why all the operator having less precedence than the id. But if we compare with the same operator, so we'll see if it is going left to right, so it is having greater precedence. And multiplication is always having greater precedence than the plus. So in that way we are making the tree. And the dollar symbol always having less precedence than the other operator, so this is the called operator precedence table. In that way we can make the operator precedence table.